Hi there, welcome back. Well, today we're going to be having a look at a brand new product from Seeed Studio. Now, Seeed Studio are the guys that develop the Home Assistant Green as well as the Home Assistant Preview Edition. So they're doing some really cool stuff with Home Assistant, and today we're going to be looking at an ESP Home based smart twin relay system running off 110 to 220 volts AC. So Seeed Studio did provide me this device free of charge, but they're not sponsoring the video, and my thoughts are all my own. So having a look at this device, it is 58 millimeters by 70 by 30. So it's quite a large device for a relay. So I'm not sure how easy it would be to fit in within your switch box, but I do really like this device for a number of reasons, and I'm going to tell you why. The first reason that I really love this device is the way that the wiring has been done here. With most Wi-Fi relays, you have to start fiddling around and working it out, but this one is just so simple. You've got a neutral and a live coming in from your supply, and then you've got a neutral and live going out to the first LED and a neutral and live going out to the second LED. So just super simple to wire up. As always, I would recommend with 220 volt devices, get your electrician device or involved in installing this device unless you really feel comfortable. Now this is running on a Xiao ESP32C3 device, so it's got that extra functionality over the earlier versions, which is pretty cool. Some other things about this: it is a Wi-Fi device. It's operating all pre-flashed with the ESP Home firmware. So you just plug this in, you effectively connect to the AP, install your Wi-Fi username and password. It will connect up to your network, and then you'll see it appearing immediately in Home Assistant. And as I mentioned earlier, there are two channels. So we've got two distinct relays within this device. Very easy to connect up, and as you can see, you've got both the two relays, but you've also got power monitoring on this device, which is pretty cool. So it's a nice quality 3D printed case. You can see here your inputs and your outputs neatly marked, and we've got our screw terminals over there, all nicely separated, and you can fit a nice decent gauge wire into those devices. That's the issue with some of those really small ones. Very hard to get larger gauge wires into them. On the top here, we've got our reset and our boot button, and let's have a look what's inside this device. So if we open it up, watch out, there's two little plastic pieces that are used for pressing that boot and that reset button. So inside here, this is what I really like about this device. It's actually got an external antenna. Now, I'm assuming this will mean that we'll be getting a much better signal than on some of our other relays where you're just relying on the little 3D printed version of the antenna. So let's pull out this plastic piece over here and see what we've got underneath here. So underneath, you can see we've got a full-size circuit board over there. We've got some quite heavily printed circuits there, which will obviously give us that 10 amp control there over the relays. And let's undo these little screws and have a look, see what we've got on the other side. So having a look at this, wow, I really like the build quality of the device. Look at the size of this little transformer, the step down transformer that we've got over here. We've got our two 10 amp relays over here, and then we've got some really nice screw terminals over there, and we've got our little ESP32 sitting down there. So yeah, pretty nice quality device, I must say. So once you've powered it on, go to the Wi-Fi network on your phone and search for the Seeed Studio Relay. So select your browser, type in 192.168.4.1, select the name of your Wi-Fi network, type the password in and save. So open up our Home Assistant, we go to Settings, Devices and Services, and here we've got our Seeed Studio Relay. So we can just go Add, Submit, and Success. So here we go. We're now in ESP Home. We can scroll down, find our Seeed Studio. So having a look at our device here in Home Assistant, ESP Home, we have each of the individual relays individually controllable there. Those work really great. Now, with regards to the sensor, I see at the moment that we've got the voltage, so that's working fine. We're on a 220 or 240 volt system here, so it's reading 245. We've got the frequency 49.97, so 50 hertz. That's quite cool, showing us that. But there seems to be something currently. They have explained that this is still in a beta mode. So for some reason or other, when I turn the light on, I don't seem to be changing the current or the power. So there's obviously some software that needs to be updated here to read this, but I'm sure that's a pretty simple fix and they'll get that working soon. But otherwise, really simple. We can go along and we can visit that device directly at the IP address. Once again, we've got our 2 relays over there and we've got our power monitoring. So yeah, really cool little device. So overall, super impressed with this device. The build quality just feels really well constructed. I like the fact that it's got that external antenna that's going to give you that extra distance for controlling the device. I like the way you can do the 3D printed case. And as they've mentioned, this is a beta device, so they will be working on the software. So I'm sure they'll sort that issue out with the power monitoring in the future. Anyway, that's all for now. I've got some more devices coming from Seeed Studio. I'm really excited to see what these guys are going to produce, and I'm also having a look at some of the other stuff that Seeed is offering. Well, that's all for now. If you've enjoyed my content, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.